need to have some kind of stable point from which you can observe in order to be able to make changes. Otherwise, you're just lost in the movement itself, and there's no there's no stable reference point from which to actually know what's what. So non-resistance offers the ability of having that stable point of view so that you can actually notice what's happening, and then you could make changes. The first step in making potentially useful changes would be to be able to actually have some awareness of what's going on. If you're resisting your experience, then you don't have enough perspective to have awareness of what's going on. So when you want to make changes, when you notice that something in your life is not going the way that you would like, if it's non-optimal, first step is non-resistance. But notice this is very different than what most of us are in the habit of doing. Most of us are in the habit of resisting. As soon as we don't like something, as soon as something seems uncomfortable or scary or unusual or any of these kinds of things, then we automatically resist. But like I said, the resistance, just notice the resistance creates a friction, which creates a sense of urgency, which creates more involvement, more attachment. So then from that point of view, it's not a stable point of view. You can't actually observe what's really going on. You're just reacting. When you're reacting, you can't introduce anything new. You're just going to be doing more of what you have already done. But if you keep doing what you've already done, then you're going to get more of the same outcome. And by definition, if you're not happy with that outcome, then doing more of the same is not a wise idea. So when you don't like something, then non-resistance is a useful first step. So non-resistance, and as maybe was made clear, possibly a little bit at least through that exploration, where we just explored this polarity of resistance, non-resistance, resistance, non-resistance, resistance, non-resistance. In that exploration, then this third possibility emerges, which is what I'm really referring to as non-resistance. So it's outside of the paradigm. It's not caught up in that reactivity. It allows for this observation. So then there's a possibility of actually seeing what's going on. So that would be a useful practice, let's say. When you notice that you are not satisfied with the experience, and you notice that there's a reaction, a resistance, a friction, an urgency, a tension, then you could choose for that to be the reminder for you to just explore that polarity of resistance, non-resistance. You could do that with any polarity. If there was some other polarity that seemed to be more in your face in the moment, if it was like fear and non-fear, or fear and safety, or whatever you frame that for yourself, whatever that polarity is, you could just explore that in that moment. Or if it's like, need and non-need, or whatever seems to be in your face, whatever that is, you could explore that polarity in this way. So again, you just step into, feel the one side of the polarity, just notice something about it, and then feel and step into the other side of the polarity and just notice something about it. And then you just feel and step into the first side of the polarity and just notice something about it. And then you just feel and notice something about the second side of the polarity and notice something about it. So you just alternate between them. And then what happens is that this third possibility emerges. I mean, it's always here. It's not like it's generated, but it emerges. It becomes clear to you that there's this third possibility, which is non-resistant, or which is outside of or transcendent of the paradigm that you were caught up in. So now you have this little bit of space, and then you could actually just observe what's going on, and you could notice, what is it that you want?